on my table. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Travie?
That bag already very long.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, Mean. How's it going? Hey, Early. Hey, Kay. Hey, James. Just working on the 2022 CPT book, and I'm going to write in some definitions for sure of some things that we need to know. So, we know that the urinary system removes waste from the blood, right? Now, some of those parts are fun. So, let's go start with nephrons. Nephrons. That equals the filtering units of the kidneys. We're also going to label some of these things. Oops, I meant to write.
You need washcloths, Mommy?
Yeah, I always need washcloths. Just totally messing it all up already. I can't think of how to fix it. So out comes the whiteout. And don't be afraid to use it. You can absolutely use it on your own mistake that you made in the book. Now, what they say for the exam about using whiteout in your books means if you were to white out this whole page and then use it as a full page of notes because you whited out whatever they had written on it, that's a no-no. That's what they mean. But if you make your own little freaking little mistake, you can absolutely white out your own mistake. The proctors are not going to go through your book and say, oh, she used whiteout on her own mistake. She's excluded from taking this exam because she's cheating. No, not going to do it. You can absolutely use it on your own mistakes. Just don't white out anything that the publisher has written in the book to make space for your own notes. That's what they mean. That's nice. They didn't have that before. I want to make sure that we understand that there are two of these. Not the right one. That's not the right one. That's not what I'm needing. I didn't mean that. I meant ureters. Where's my ureters? They're up here. That's the wrong one. I'm just full of mistakes tonight. There are two. That's what I meant. I gotta focus. Focus, focus, focus. I just finished English 102. What other class am I taking? I had to do some world art history work and some quizzes, and then I had to do American government and cultural anthropology. Now, how all these classes are going to have anything to do with me having a PhD in medical art, I don't know. But I got to skip a lot of these electives before, but now I'm having to go back and get the original ones just for the master's so that I can finish that up for the PhD. So, anyway, I got to get my brain on body parts when I've had it in world art history and Stonehenge and things like that. We were talking about Venus shapes, like the Madonnas and Venus shapes, and what a problematic issue they could be on society as symbols. So that was neat. But now I got to change gears. Ureters. There's 2 of those. The bladder. Where is our bladder? They don't even have it listed here. Oh my gosh. Really? There it is. We've got the bladder. And so I need to get rid of this. This isn't going to work here either, because I need to move. Sorry if I'm making y'all mess up. My mind is scattered to the wind tonight. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, though. Did y'all watch the game? Well, there was 2 games. My Jamesy.
Mommy,
What?
can I, okay, so like, you know how I wake up at the crack of dawn, right? To go to school? Okay, Ron won't let me wake up at 5. He says, if I wake up at 5 tomorrow, he'll crack me with his freaking katana on my head.
Right, which is true. You don't come out of that room till 7 a.m.
Can I come into your shower and use yours,
At
please?
7 a.m.?
No, at 5.
No, you ain't getting up at 5
That's
a.m.
my routine.
No, you are not getting up at 5 a.m. to come shower. You will sleep in your bed till 7 a.m. You don't even have to get out on the bus till 8:20. That gives you an hour and 20 minutes.
I wash my hair 2 times, then wash my body. But
it does not
it
take...
takes a long time for me to wash
Travis,
my hair.
I'm not arguing with you, honey. I'm doing a live, and you do not need 3 hours before school to get a shower, my sweet love. I promise you don't. You will stay in bed until 7 a.m. That's an hour and 20 minutes. That's plenty of time. You ain't no bigger than a beanpole. Anyway, you ain't got that much body parts to wash.
You have an alarm clock?
Yes. And I bought James one, too.
He won't let me use it.
He won't. Well, go get it.
Do you have one I can use?
I only have the one I bought you guys, please. Go get it. I'll set it up, and then you can have it. So you'll know when 7 a.m. is. Good Lord. That child worries over every little thing. Get up at 5 a.m. to be at school. He just cannot wait to go back to school. I don't know where this child came from, but I don't think it was planet Earth, because there's no other 12-year-old boy that wants to get up at 3.5 hours before school just to shower and get dressed and ready. Oh. Poor thing worries over every little thing. All right. Kidneys. This is our neph. I don't know what I was doing. Also, renal. Or some AKs for that. I need to draw in some body parts because we're not going to have them all in here. So, right around this right kidney, I guess would be a good place to write these. So, that little connection right there, so this is your renal medulla. My mom's still sick with her flu. I hope she gets better. And then we're going to draw in behind it, like right in this area ish, is another part we need to draw in, which is our adrenal. gland. And it goes behind the kidney. Behind the kidney. Now we have a similar little situation over here. So when it stops getting so thick back here and it starts to get smaller, we're going to draw an arrow over here so I can write out that this is our renal pelvis, even though that's weird. Pelvis, or AKA PYELO. I know, right? Ooh, that's a neat little alarm clock. Okay, we got batteries. Where's the back to it?
I don't know, ask James, he lost it. I'm pretty sure he probably put in a trash bag. That was just my plan.
Okay, that's cool. That's a cute little alarm clock, and it'll light up the room. Okay. All right, let's see. We've got it on, set and adjust. Yes, I see the buttons. I see the time is listed there. Let's see. Ooh, good. Ooh. How do I get the display right there a certain times? No, you're not going to ask him anything. He ain't going to help you. You know that. I'm just wondering if our display is working. It should say. Oh, you got to turn out my light in my room. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Does that work? Like, does it shoot out of the top? No?
It does, actually.
Okay, there's a moon up there, but where is the time? Oh, look, it shoots out little stars. That is the cutest little thing. And the moon and the stars. But how do I set the time? So it'll tell you when it's nighttime still. And then... Huh. Woo! Flashy, flash, flash. I'm going to have to Google how you set the time on this sucker. Okay, turn back on the light. Wonder why we don't have a display right there, or if we should.
I think it's broken.
It must be. Or I need new batteries. You want
No,
to go
these
get...
are new.
Those are brand new.
Yes.
You just put in. Well, why can't I get anything to display with my little buttons? Huh. Sorry, buddy.
John said I could wake up at 7:29.
You can get up at 7 a.m. if you wanted
7
to.
o'clock, 7:00.
That is 7 o'clock. Yes. Okay. And then we've got one more thing to draw in. The renal cortex. Just right about there. And that's also a neph. So over here, we've got behind this bladder. It's behind it though. That's why they can't do radiation to it directly. You have to have the seeds put in. Is your prostate, or the guy's prostate, yeah. Prostate's behind the ladder, and then I have something right here that is called the HILUM. And you miss coding. How come you're not in coding anymore? Yep, I'm sorry guys. I am on page 404 with the 2022. Andy's coming. It's so funny. Oh yeah, the games. Oh my gosh. My hubby and my baby James both love that Patrick Mahomes little feller. So they were just tore up today. Just tore up about that Chiefs loss in that game. But it was a really good game. Travis and I, we don't much care, but we always pick whatever team they don't like, so that we have a family rivalry going on. And so we're tickled pink that the Tigers won. That's what I called them, was the Tigers. I don't know who they are, but they're a Bengal, so that's a kitty cat. So I called them Tigers all day. So we're tickled that the Tigers won. And then the ending of the Rams and the San Francisco was pretty cool too, because another fumble, the last minute, into the other team's hands, and lost the game right at the end. And so now we have our Super Bowl team. We always have a Super Bowl party. Hopefully we can do it this year. And I just pick whatever team the other boys don't like. And I've been winning so far. Like last year, the Buccaneers won, which I think was that the Chiefs again that they were playing against. I forget, but I know, I think it was the Chiefs. I know I had pirate ships blown up all over the house, and I was taunting them all day, saying that I was going to win, and I know nothing about. Nothing that I knew anything other than the Far Boy used to play for, I think one of the brothers used to play in Memphis, or for a Tennessee or a South team of some sort, maybe in high school or college football. So that's the only reason I picked them. Plus, Daddy likes the Chiefs, so I picked the other team. But I think the Far Boys were from the South too. So, yeah. So this year, I know the Chiefs are out, but my baby 12-year-old laid in the floor in mourning after throwing his Chiefs hat on the ground for a good 10 minutes, mooing over the fact that they lost. They take it so personally. The Niners lost. Aw. You went to school for coding, Kelly? I hope you learned something there. A lot of people don't, so that's why they come to me. Sorry, guys, about not telling you about the book. How's everybody else doing tonight? We ordered pizza again 2 nights in a row. I gotta cook something at some point, but yeah. The other side, yeah. I'm just drawing in art, drawing in. Up here at the top, I have removes waste from the blood. That's what our urinary system does. And then I have nephrons, or filtering units of the kidneys. And then I have some extra parts drawn in because I'm Googling urinary system functions. So I'll find better pictures than what they have drawn in here, and I'll add to it anything I think that will help. I just Google that, and then I go straight to images and just pull up something as simple as this, and then I keep searching and find things so that they describe what each part does. Ureters carry urine, we know that. The bladder collects it, yep. Muscle to keep bladder closed is right around in there, your urethra. Nerves that tell the bladder and the brain when it's full, yep. Nerves that tell the bladder to open up and let it go. Let it go. Yep. That's all cool. See if I can't find something a little bit better. Oh yeah, common cephalic vein is in there. Cortex, medullary pyramid. That's inside your kidney. So inside your kidney are these little kind of like lobes, sort of like lung lobes, but but those are your pyramid thingies. Those are cool. Medullary, yep. Renal vein, descending aorta, and your vena cava. Those come here. I don't know if you really care, but like your inferior is blue. You know it's going to carry deoxygenated blood, so I'll do it like this. It's one big mama jama thing, and it's sort of on this side of the body if your body is right. But it'll come down here in between the kidneys, and once we get right here at the end of the kidneys, it will split off into two branches. And this is it's pretty big. It's not got anything to do with the kidneys other than it stops by both of them. Of course, will have branches that go to the kidneys and stuff that's helping to filter out waste and stuff, and it'll drop off its waste to these bad boys. But this is your inferior. Inferior vena cava. And then your descending aorta is sorta like this way. And it does the same thing. It comes down as one big mama jama down here, gets past the kidneys, and of course it's got things that branch off to the kidneys so it can deposit waste and stuff. And then it sort of above these two branches off and goes this way too. And that is your descending aorta. This one will have a thingy that branches off and attaches there. It'll also attach to the other one like that. And then your inferior does the same. It'll have a little branch that'll go off and go very close to that one, and then it'll go very close to this one too, so that they can send and receive waste back and forth. Very cool. And then these travel on down to the body, and these travel on up to the heart and lungs and all that stuff, and doing all their stuff. But it's not really kidney related, but it's really all interconnected, especially since they're dropping off waste, and I don't know why they don't draw that stuff in there like they should to explain it all. Hopefully that helps out some, and I will move my camera about or raise it up so you can see maybe some more of it that I'm not showing off. Sorry. Here we go. Who's that name? Oh, I can't read. Can't read. There's a Bryn in here. Very cool. Means here. Let's see. EH is here. How are you doing? Honeymoon is here. How do I get the CCA certification? You'll go to AHIMA, AHIMA, sign up, take the test, get a workbook from them, and practice some exam questions if you want to. I have on Discord, I have a room just for CCS and CCA right there that'll have some practice questions in it. Be super helpful. I have a room that has practice exam questions for the CPC. I was working in that today, posting some of those in there, and then I posted some in the risk one too, the CRC. I post some more questions inside there. But I've got rooms for everything, and if I don't have one, I can always set one up. But I've got COC, CRC, CCS, all that kind of stuff, and where to start, what to do with what books is all there too. And then, of course, copies of these notes and things for prepping your books ahead of time is on Etsy. And then I do practice exam questions here on Tiki Talk, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays for 2 hours, starting at 6:30 Arizona time zone. And I practice exam questions in all those areas with you and show you techniques that will help you to answer the questions, hopefully without even looking at the question, because we're going to look at the answers to tell us what the answer is, because usually there's coding irregularities in the answers that will direct you to the correct answer without even having to look at the question, because there's no way the other ones could be correct. Due to parentheticals or things that are written in the guidelines that say you can't use that code with that other code. Love it when that happens. Then also I use the process of elimination to narrow down my answers and other techniques. So come back on tomorrow night. Wonderful. My oldest son is 30. When he was growing up in junior high, as old as my boys are now, the younger ones are 12 and 13. When my oldest one was 12, he had a best friend named Gabriel. He lived with us on and off all of his life since he was 12, and I just got a message from him. And I'm hoping he's going to come for a visit. It looks like he says when I do, I'll come over for a visit, spend some time with y'all. Aw, I can't wait. I miss seeing Gaby. He is a sweet child. Young man. Because he's 31 now. But, you can't help it because they're always your kid, Once they're your kid, they're your kid. So, he's 31. I can't believe it. Oh, my gosh. Kids grow up so quick. All right, let's write some more things. I want to make sure we know all the parts of the urinary system. So, the UA system, because sometimes the exam questions list these parts, which part is part of the urinary system, which one is not. So I don't know, we've got 2 kidneys, right? Most of the time, hopefully. 2 ureters. One of my babies I helped deliver early in my career had every organ in flipped position. So everything that was right was left, everything that was left was right. But when you looked at the child, on the outside, everything was perfectly normal, but you looked on the inside, all of his insides were flipped. Everything was right, was left, left was right. It was very cool. They had a cool diagnosis word for that, and I have forgotten it off the top of my head, but every time I think about 2 kidneys and 2 ureters and 2 lungs or whatever, I think about that kid still to this day, because you can't tell, even usually from an x-ray, because they still look correct. You have to have a very sharp doctor or a reason to do an x-ray. And the doctor has to know that the placement of the right and the left on the film is correct. A lot of times it just gets dismissed because they think that the tech put the wrong flag on it to say which one's right or left. But yeah, it's neat. It's unusual. All right, we got 1 bladder. We've got 1 young urethra. And if you need the link to get into the Discord, sorry, I forgot to say, just go to my TikTok page, get to this main page, and go to my last TikTok. That's not pinned. Those 3 ones are pinned, but this one right here that says free practice questions, go to it, and it's got all the info in it that you need, the Cody number in it that you need, or this link right here is a permanent link to the Discord thingy. Also, there's a link in my bio right there for the Etsy store with 20% off, plus my email address is right there if you need to email me. If you've taken any of your certification exams beforehand and want to send me your breakdown of scores, that is often helpful, because then I could tell you which areas you really need to concentrate on and which ones you don't. And you'd think that would be simple just by looking at your scores, but there's an art to figuring out what you need to worry about and what you don't need to worry about, because there are certain areas in this book that are very difficult to even get 70% on. And if you spend your time worrying and trying to get 70% on them, you're still going to fail, because you've got other areas in the book that you could have concentrated on to bring those scores up, which would have been easier and more productive than wasting all the time in other areas. So anyway, just send me your scores and let me give you some advice on what to study. It's the easiest thing. Let's see. We're going to do some prefixes and suffixes for this area. Don't forget, you can Google this. You can prefixes or suffixes for urinary. But we've got peri equals. I like to change colors so that I know it's not all one green blob. I can tell within an instant where the prefix ends and then the definition begins. But that means around organs. pre just for urinary means that they're going to have a low blood pressure, with increased blood loss usually, equals injury. Intra equals acute. Equals AKI, which is very weird, but AKI means acute injury. There's a couple of kidney infections of sorts that might start with AKI. That just means acute. So does intra. So one of our suffixes, so I do those with a dash in front of them. ORR HAPHY equals there you go. Now you're starting to flow. Left it out with the cap off too long. Suturing. Suturing, I don't know why I dotted my U, but I did. So does SIS. Equals stitch. What do you want? I am live on TikTok. Don't you pay attention to anything? Jen Brewer, yep. 414, yep. Oh, you all right? And not having what? How come? Oh, is it stressing you out? Oh, yeah. I'm on Facebook right here on my tablet. Where is it at? Oh, there's 5 messages there pending. Sorry. Yeah, I've been talking to my TikTok people. And I've been teaching. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. $49.95 is what I owe you. I only got a $2,000 grant. If I paid $50 each item to be written, that would go through all of that, wouldn't it? Pretty quickly. But yeah, just take it off what you owe me. How about that? Okay, that sounds good. All right, bye. Bye. Oh, gosh. I'm on TikTok. Don't be bothering me. All right. So the left kidney also, let's not use the same thing, but also the kidneys hold this thing that contains something called the loop of H-E-N-L-E. What else? What else do I need to write? We know renal pelvis is aka P-Y-E-L-O. I'm sitting there writing stuff y'all can't see. Post after what? I can't make it out. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I know my camera is just not the best. I'll eventually look up and see. You know what I need to do for YouTube? Oh my gosh. I've been live like so much this weekend, but when I go here to my creative things, I'm going to have to make sure like I only stay on here and do this for like an hour and then turn it off and then go back live again, because it does record them. It's been recording them, and it's in the process of recording that one now. But the 5 hours and 42 minutes I've tried to download forever, and it just won't download. I've been trying. It won't download. This one for 4 hours, I tried to, and I can't get it to download. I don't know if my phone has enough memory, because I have to download it to my phone. And then I can publish it on YouTube. So I'm like, ooh, I've got to start cutting these off so that I can download them and then put them back up. This one's 3 hours, 2 from last night. I might be able to get that one down and posted. But I've got all these I got to download, and I can't get them to download on my phone. And that's the 25th. I think I did that one. I started deleting the ones that I did do so that I could save more space on my phone, of course, but also on TikTok. But yeah, I gotta do something and not be on for 6 hours, because that's a massive file to download. I'll sit here and try to download it, and it will, I don't know, it kept timing out this morning. So I'm just going to sit here and see if it does it while we're live right now, because I got to post them. But yes, of course, I need to remember not to stay on for 5 hours and stop them and then restart them in the middle of something. Like every hour somebody yell at me, stop the live, so you can post it, and then we'll do it and start right back up again. All I need is a separation between them, because they're getting 6 hours of video is a lot to download. So yes, I will post this on YouTube, absolutely. It says it's downloading, but boy, see the little bitty bar down there? It's got a long way to go. All the way, it goes all the way across. So I'll just sit here and see if it'll do it while we're here. And I am, yep. Let's see, let's do VISC, V-I-S-C. Come on, start writing. V-I-S-I-C equals, I can do purple. Urinary bladder. And then we're going to go P-Y-E-L. Sometimes it'll be P-Y-E-L, or it'll have an O at the end, equals renal and pelvis, if I haven't already written that somewhere, but I guess I wrote it in reverse order over there. This is in different order, but it's the same thing. Definitions. I like to write definitions too. Let me write it underneath you. Hey, baby, what's up?
Can I have my AirPods so I can use it for my Switch?
No.
I won't take them to school.
No.
I'll give them to you in the morning.
No.
I swear.
No.
I use them for the Switch because John has a TV really loud. When you get done with your live.
Why don't you come in here and play your Switch with me?
Ew, no.
It's quiet in here.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. You went, ew. Ew.
Yeah. Ew.
Why don't you want to play?
Because the game is backwards.
GLOMERERY. Oh my gosh. EPHRITIS equals. Y'all, I gave him some ear pods for Christmas. Not that they're supposed to wear any. You know, if you put ear pods in your ear, look at that word. That's outrageous. But if you put ear pods in your ear, immediately you have an increased you're going to get bacteria build up in your ear. Your ear is supposed to be an open canal. That's why your ear has all these folds. And even externally, air is supposed to be flowing in and out, in and out. And if you close it off like that by putting ear pods in your ear, it immediately starts breeding ground for bacteria the instant you put them in. So anyway, I finally broke down and got the kids some so they could use them just in the car on road trips. Well, after they opened them up, I couldn't get them back from the kids because they were taking them to school, and I'm getting all these calls from the teachers saying, every time I tell them to take out their ear pods and listen to me teach my lesson, they're putting them right back in as soon as I turn my back. Well, it took me till this weekend, January 20-something, to get James's from him because he kept hiding them from me. We were in the middle of Target, and I could hear the lid of his ear pods and his hoodie clicking open and shut, open and shut. He was doing using it as a fidget. So I said, give it here. So I got it. And he couldn't make a scene and hide them in the middle of Target. So he had to give them to me in the middle of Target. So I was like, yes. So he just came in here with some story. He needed them right now for some particular reason. I'm like, nope. No, I'll give them back to you in the morning. My foot. You ain't getting them back ever. It took me too long to get them out of you. Okay. Sorry. So this just means it's got a is at the end, an itis, and y'all know what that means. It's an inflammation of what? So now you got to pick out what the GLOM means. Inflammation of what? Is it just the whole urinary system? All right. We got that one down. Come on, focus camera. Focus. There we go. Urinary. All right, let's do just a few little things. Not really about the urinary, but I want you to know that the SKENE gland equals, because this was on my exam and I had no idea what it is, and I'm putting it in the female system and I'm putting it in the urinary. I'm just putting it anywhere that they mess with anything like that, but this is a lesser. The question will ask you if it's a lesser or greater gland. This is lesser. It's a lesser gland for females. Y'all don't miss that question like I did. That is in your ICD10 book. If you look in right before you start coding the OB section, that word will be hidden amongst all the body parts listed in the anatomy section right before you start coding that. The other thing is we're going to do red. Let's do blue. We'll make note of these little OR, CHI. Sometimes they have an O in them. That means testicles. I hope y'all can see. Means decreased and increased. Yep, decreased and increased. Y'all are so good about helping each other out. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it takes up a lot of space to do decreased and increased. So for this is decreased blood pressure and increased blood loss usually means there's a sign of injury. And injuries sometimes start with that prefix pre, actually. All right, we got that for the testicles. And then what is our abbreviation for the scrotum? Our prefix. OSCHE equals scrotum. Not that it's really urinary, but, and I do have it in the male section, but I put it here too. It never hurts to write things. You know, you learn with repetition, so plus having it a couple of times in the book, just in case you forgot, is not a bad idea. Oh, let's see. My phone keeps timing out too, even though I turned off this thing for 5 minutes. Ooh, it's still downloading. Maybe it'll do it this time. This is further than it's done. That 5 hours I did the other night. Oh, damn it. Of course. It says tap to retry. Come on. Phone don't time out. I just really don't need to do a whole live for 6 hours. I didn't think about the video being too large to download. Maybe I can download on my desktop instead. I've got a brick. Maybe I can download it on a brick. All right. What else am I doing? Okay, for just FYI, if any procedures are done, I'll change pink to make my point. Trans URETHRALLY C male see the male section. So if any questions, just say something was done transurethral, then that means you're in the boy section. Go move over there to that other section. They're not done in the urinary section. So if you ever see that word, don't code from this section. Move on over to the boy section. So does anybody need anything else from this page before I go? Because I'm going to go start with the codes, and I'll tell you what's going on in those little codes numbers as we're going. Hey, Jen, you want stop every hour or every 2 hours? Let's see. I'm used to downloading 2 hours, so I think 2 hours would be good. Because 1 hour alert would be just too fast, I think. So, and I have always done 2 hours with my TikTok lives from 6:30 to 8:30. So I think that would be good. It's just that 6 hours. I've been doing like 4 hours and 6 hours. It's just too much to download, I think. So, yeah, y'all alert me in 2 hours. Whenever I started, I don't even know what time I started. I know it's 9 o'clock here, fixing to be. I don't know how long I've even been on. Did I start at 7 or 8? Maybe it's been an hour. I don't know. I thought I remembered saying 7, but it must have been right before 8 o'clock when I hopped on. So I think it's been an hour, right, guys? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm still watching. I hope this one downloads. I'm trying to tap the screen every 4 minutes to make sure it doesn't time out again. Okay. All right, right here. I just like to, I know I wrote it over there, but in case you don't have time to go back and look, at the very first page right here, I'm going to write NEPHRO equals, and then I'm going to write what am I writing? I forgot the E. Jennifer, right. And then I'm going to write P, if I can, come on, PYELO equals. So nephro is kidney. And then this one is renal and pelvis again. Travis is having way too much fun. And they will ask you probably some question. And they're going to call it nephroitis or nephro, some other word. And they're going to ask you, is it part of the cardiovascular system, part of the circulatory system? But it's part of the urinary system. So don't forget, neph means kidneys, which means urinary system. So don't forget that. I've seen that question multiple times. So I don't have these highlighted. This is not prepped at all for anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the codes. And I'm going to look for any, what do they call those, parentheses or anything in here that might have in the description where they stop and they comment about, right? That just says separate procedure is all, but anything with those two bracket thingies, oh, if you could see. Sometimes, and a lot of times, those brackets are just your AKAs. So right here on code, and I'm on page 405 of the 2022 book. There's one at the 575. This right here, I found that it's doing this since April. They love picking words out of those brackets and using that in the question somewhere. So they might say anatrophic issue, something around those lines, but they love using those, especially if there's a name of the procedure, like a doctor named it after themselves or something. Some of those are in there. So I like to highlight those in the yellow instead of what comes after the semicolon or anything else I was highlighting before. I think this is a much better route for this year. And then if there's any do nots, I like to mark my do nots, and I do see some do nots. So none here, none there, but over here on the second column I've got a do not. So super important. This will happen on your exam 100%. They are going to pick one of these do nots, if not more, that are going to go with this code, and then they're going to add one of these to go along with it as a possible answer. And you can quickly, if you've done the process of elimination, you've come here and you're picking out this code and the 60, and one of your answers is 81 with a 37, then you can quickly eliminate that as the answer and know that the only one it's going to be right is probably the 60 or one of its child codes. Because remember that the child codes, like this 81, is everything that 80 is, but not what's after the semicolon. So this one's up to 2 and this is over 2. So even though your codes might have been the 81 and the 65, for the differences, what you would originally be looking at is the 80 and the 60. Anyway, and the do nots are right underneath there. But they want to know you understand all the components of the CPT book and what it has to offer. And that's what it has to offer. And that's why they're asking you the question. They're not asking you the question to have you code it. It's already coded. They want to know if you recognize it couldn't be this one because they added a code. And when I'm doing a search, and this is my possible answer, I'm trying to see if it's 81. What I do is, if it's coded with another code as a possible answer, like the 37, that's all I do is look at the last two numbers. It's easier to look for 36 and 37. Some of the do not list could be very, very long, and they could have 20 numbers in it. So I just look for the last two digits and then pair up the first three after I do that. But seriously, the do nots get double stars and underlined. Oh crap, my screen died again. It downloaded 5 hours. Holy crap. I just needed y'all to hold my hand to get these to download, didn't I? So now I got a 6-hour video here on my camera. See, that's what I was getting before. 0, 0. But now I've got it all downloaded. So let me delete this one to get rid of that. And then we had the fire last night. That was so much fun. We burned all the cardboard from items we got for Christmas, because I don't like to put them out at, on the curb, because you never know who's watching. Okay, what live is this from? Gosh, dog, what date? Okay, 1/28. So I go here, and then I go here, and then I go to there, and I go here. Capitalize and scream at everybody, I guess. Repeat. Live. Oh God, what date did I say? 28, I think. And I wrote 18. 20, 28-22. Behind the scenes, I guess. Scenes. CPT. Book prep. I was doing female reproductive. system, aka terms for the AAPC, CPC. How many more words can I use? That's it. That's all I can do. Okay. And then add a description. I don't know what to add its description other than the header. So I just put in this pre-filled crap that I already have. And then add to playlist. Hit done. And then hit next. And then no, it's not for kids. And hit upload. And I'm sure it'll take more than 7 minutes, but it'll be there. I got one. So when this finishes uploading, I'll delete it from my cell phone and then I'll go back and grab another one. But I just needed y'all to, it's hard to sit there and watch it all download and keep your screen from fading away from that one screen. So I'll download the other ones. But 2 hours is easy to download. A lot easier. Okay. What am I doing? Mom Swan, how's it going? Yes, for Etsy Notes, there is a discount code. I have one. Let me see. Where am I at? Like, I can go here, go here, go here. I think I even put it on my last Tiki Talk. Did I? Yeah, right there. So, in checkout, go 30% gin. You have to buy 2 items, but then that takes 30% off your total cart. That's a good coupon. And then I have one on my TikTok bio. So if you come to my thing, wherever I'm at, where am I at? Right there. This one, I think, is just 20% off of one item. I will be a CPC, but you can also click on that link. Absolutely. And it'll automatically put it in your cart for you. So that's 2. Oh, Valentine's Day. So somebody asked me to run a sale too on Valentine's Day. I wonder if I should go on and do that. Where am I at? Where's this at? I forgot about that. So if I go to marketing, go into sales and coupons, run a sale for percentage off, 10% off, and no minimum order. I can start it today, and then I'll end it. So hard to do when they don't put everything on the right screen. I need to move over to February. Okay, I'll end it on the 15th. So it'll start today, end it on the 15th. There's no terms, no number of items, and then we'll put Valentine's sale. Oh, I can't space anything out. Valentine's, I don't know. Just the word Valentine's. How about that? Continue and add all the items. I won't add that sequencing thing. That one's for 2021. That ain't worth a darn. Okay. Everything else will be added. Review and confirm. 10% off the store for today. 32 listings. There we go. And I'll tweet it out. Tweet. Not that anybody's on Twitter anymore, I don't guess. I don't know. Maybe a bunch of people are, but there we go. Okay. And let's check on YouTube. Now everything's in the store is 10% off. So if you use the 30% off coupon, that'll end up, if you add the 10 plus the 30, that's 40% off. So that's cool. Let's check YouTube. Okay, we still got that one loading. Okay. Okay, that was our only do not. The 4 your informations, I do a 1 green star for those. A lot of them aren't too important for the CPC exam. Only ones that are is if they say anything about when to use a modifier, because we love it when they tell us when to use a modifier. And if they do, right here, I like the guidance. So if we need to know if we need to add another code for radiology is important. Those get, along with the modifier ones, blue stars, doubled, and underlined. So if we need guidance, we can add, and we do add, our 7-6 code, which is great to know, because sometimes you don't know. Is guidance included in these codes or not? It's tricky, because some of it's written in there and it says it's included, but a lot of times it isn't included, and you don't know unless you've worked in the codes before. So let me check messages and see what y'all had to say. 128. Yay, thank you. I'm good. How are you? I'm good, Mom. Doing good. Right now I'm going from hot to cold, just hormonal. 51-year-old is nothing to play with. It's like 1 second I want my head in the freezer, and then the next second I want to bundle up in a blanket, and then the next second I need the bra off, and I need to be fanning myself. Whew, that's my Sunday night. Love to shop when there's a sale. Yay, Twinkle. My Twitter handle, oh my gosh, it's Twilight Jen. Actually, it's just personal Twitter account. I used to run a site for Stephanie Myers way back in the day, like 14 years ago. And I even went and did the Breaking Dawn movie premieres. I was on the red carpet, did the after parties and stuff down in LA. So I was a big Twilight fan. And I know that's funny, but not only was I a fan, but I got to meet and have dinner with Stephanie personally. Sat right next to her and had the greatest conversation with her for 2 hours. She knows about Travis. Talked to her a bunch, and the swag, oh my gosh, the swag I got. But like my desk there, if y'all can see her, hopefully you can see her. I don't know if there we go. That's a signed print from an artist in LA who commissioned it, but that's just one of a few things I have around this house. If anybody's a Twilight fan, I actually have behind my TV right here, you probably can't see it, but see that jacket? That is a Cullen baseball jersey signed by Carlisle. And there's a lot of other stuff inside that shadow box. And one of the wolves, that's Alex Mraz's artwork. That's his dream he had one night, but that's his signature. I even have, oh my gosh, I could go on about Twilight, but I have Happy Meals from the Twilight series, signed by the actors. There's Nikki Reed's autograph. I won from the studio the script for Eclipse, and I have it signed by all the actors, all of them, and the director and stuff, because I went and met them in all different locations, and even Stephanie signed it. All kinds of stuff, so that's where the Twilight comes from. Even Travis been to some of the movie premieres and stuff. He, I had my gallbladder removed, and we went to a Rodriguez film premiere for one of the Fast and the Furious or something like that. Yeah, he enjoyed that one. He liked that movie premiere. He ended up on the director's Twitter page because he took a picture of him and the study. He ignored all us women folks, but he liked the kid being there. That was fun. But that's the Twitter. I'm not on it anymore. I just promote my sales on it whenever I'm there, because I had like probably 500,000 followers at one time. I switched Twitter handles after that. I don't go on my other one with that many people anymore. But yeah, it was fun. That was a fun time. This one. This one's not a surgery, so this one's more of just an exploration, but it's not a surgery. I don't know how to really... This one just explores. And it's not a surgery. So if you're ever in the question and they're doing a surgery, obviously don't pick this code. Not a surgery procedure. So if MD removes kidney, use 50240. Yep. And on this one, use 49405 if it's a percutaneous, PERCUT, percutaneous drainage install, just in case. Oh, there goes the pen. Let's see. This one is for drainage. Cat. I love you, Chloe, but don't play with my curtains. I love you. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. Yeah, I've had a whole past life, guys. So sure. Oh, I was on the Chinese ramen, that Chinese theater in Hollywood. I was on their Facebook page for a week because I went to a movie premiere for Tom Cruise's movie, that rock and roll one that he did. He was playing a rock and roll. It was like a funny movie. I don't even remember the name of it right now, but I got to meet Tom Cruise, and him and I both were on the cover of the Facebook page. They posted it. It was too funny. I was showing the kids that the other day. And you know, a lot of these actors and stuff, you think they're crazy as they can be. And they might be, but out of all the people I've encountered, Tom Cruise is the most engaging person I've ever met. And I mean that is that he's been in Hollywood a long time, so the red carpet doesn't mean anything to him. So he'll walk up and down the street and engage with every single fan that comes out to see him. Could have been a sea of 20,000 people. And he will stop and shake hands, or used to before COVID, visit with every fan, listen to their story, look them in the eye, and make them feel like they are the only person there. He might be as crazy as a Bessie Boone, but he brings his sister with him. She'll hold your camera and she'll take a picture of you so that you don't have to hold it at a weird angle and all that stuff. Just a really nice guy. Really nice. Liam Eason, that guy that does all the daughter movies where they kidnap her and then he goes and chases them down and wants to hurt them. Mean fella. He won't ever come talk to you. Johnny Depp, you wouldn't even think it because you think he's a bad boy, but he is the most timid little thing ever. He even brings out he rents the guard from the Queen of England's guard. He brings them over from England to help him with the movie premieres because people in LA are nuts. And they help hold back the crowd, but he is pretty timid, little shy thing, and blushes. You can get him to blush if you like him and stuff, and are giving him compliments. You wouldn't think he was timid because he's bashful, but he is. All right, is this thing posted or not? But he is very sweet. He spends his time also with the fans. Rihanna will not see fans. Mean. She shows up late for everything, too. Everybody gets a reputation in LA. It's funny. You figure out who's been good, who's nice, who's not nice. Is this thing downloaded or not yet? No. Drainage, and we're going to be towards the left on this one, left flank. Below the 12th rib. If this procedure happens, that's where that one's from. Super cool. There we are. Now the picture that was on the Chinese theater ended up being this one. They had it from a different viewpoint. But he's wearing lifts so that he's taller than most of his fans, but I'm 5'2.5". But he ain't much taller because his shoes always have like these lifts on them too. So it's fun times. I did the Hunger Games too, met all those cats. It's fun. Primrose, she's not dead. That was just poor, she's hidden, right? She isn't dead, right? We're going to say that she did not die in that series. That author did not do us right in that series. And I'm forever going to be mad at her for killing off Primrose. But that video is still processing, so I got to wait till it finishes. And then we'll be better. I got to delete that one and then download another one. So our 40 down here, down at the bottom, So what's going on in this one is just an incision. But it is into the kidney. From abdominal, well, from the abdomen to drain the urine. Now, the next one is also an incision into the kidney, but it's just to explore. So it's more of like a diagnostic thing. So it's just an incision. We don't know what we're doing, but we're going in. So you'll just write explore here. And then the other one, let's write drain urine. Drain the urine. Everybody okay with these? Ha, no way. No way. What's beautiful is my youngins. Those kids are so pretty. All right, still processing. Still processing. I bet it's going to take them a hot minute to process that sucker. All right. I'd be nothing without the hair anyway. All my fluff. So this one, number 60, is for treatment of kidney stones. Treatment kidney stones. So what this picture is doing is describing what they're doing in the 60, is cutting it into it and going in and scooping out any of the calcified stones. If you have anybody in your family that gets kidney stones a lot, make sure that they don't eat any nuts. And I know that sounds crazy, but chocolate is a nut. Coffee can sometimes be from nuts, so be very, very careful. But the shell of the nuts, you know, like even in your chocolate bars, the Snickers, anything with nuts in it, think about those too. Peanut butter, not the nut itself, but the shell that it stayed in, the remnants are still on the nut, and it's part of its DNA. There's a protein inhibitor in nuts that allows calcium to build up in your body. Some people, it affects more than others. So if you have a tendency to ever have kidney stones, I've never had one, but if you've ever had a family member that has them, don't let them eat nuts. Not even a Snickers candy bar. No more. That will help. Just a little FYI. All right. This one is secondary. Oh, that was the same color I got already. it's usually done secondary. There's a first reason why they're doing a surgery. But not being successful. There's, they didn't get them the first time, they need to do it again. It's a repeat, that kind of thing. Then this one is if they have a congenital disorder and they need to get rid of them. It's usually due to a birth defect. Or malformation. And then, okay, 75 is a removal. So, Staghorn, calculus. So, calcium can build up, and instead of being a stone, it could be a branch, like a tree. So, it could be very, very difficult to remove. And that's why they sometimes do those ultrasound and beat the backside of you to break those stones up into little pieces. It's because they've calcified into a tree branch. So this is for your larger issues. Lots of acidic urine causes these. If your pH level is super acidic, meaning you have lots of infections. And usually that's from reflux. Your ureters don't drain all the way and they backwash into your bladder, giving you an infection. Lots of water. I don't buy sodas or anything to drink. The kids have water. That's it. They're so bummed. And their friends will come over and they're like, "Do you have anything to drink?" "Yep, water." And they look at me like I'm crazy. "Yep, it's water. I've got it distilled." You can get it out of the little dispenser that'll heat it up and warm it up for you. And I buy the distilled $5 thingies that they drop off weekly here to the house. I don't get the spring water or the other water, but we get distilled. And then that's it. We drink water here. Travis calls me a helicopter mom. Just trying to have good habits. You like my Minnie Mouse questions? Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse and Pluto. Pluto's a doctor. Yep. It's great. I gotta add more. It's just finding the time to do everything I need to do during the day. Up. I'm gonna have to start getting people to do stuff for me for free, sections of my notes or something. You wanna go create some questions and type them all in for me? And I don't mean like into the chat rooms. I mean into my website that I'm building that will house and grade your exam questions independently for you. That I'm going to need. I have to go question by question. And then I have to put in the answer by answer by answer. And then the rationale. Holy crap, I need a team of people working for me to get all that done. But I'll eventually get it done. Okay, right here we're going to be, these are stone removals. I gotta find some people on Fiverr or something maybe. Stone removed. These are, see it says percutaneous. What are we doing? We're doing, what are you doing in here? Oh, that's my cat. I thought that was my child. A small skin. Incision into renal pelvis. And that doesn't mean like uterus, but it's part of the renal area. All right, up to two, maybe I should say. And then that one is greater than, our alligator's going to eat something that's bigger, greater than 2 centimeters, stones. Just be sure and don't, these are way down here, don't use these with those. That one, the 81, for sure. And then so this one's repositioning things around, so to avoid any blockages. Of the kidneys. Repositioning. I have a 5-3 to put in here, but do I have any 5-0s? Has it been 2 hours? Getting close. 504. No. Okay, 504, I've got an example. Do I have any 500s? I got another 54. No, not there. 58's another 54. You're really picking on the 54s. Another 54, a 57, a 505, but not a 500. Okay. Okay. What about in my bookie book over here from last year? Ooh, I forgot a vocabulary word. need to add over here. Why is it so dark right there? Hold on. Let's see. Shed some light on from over here on this side. To add some light. Check messages. 20 minutes more. Okay. Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Move book up. I'll go back. You can help user 2772. I'm sure gonna need somebody to help, I think. I don't think I can do all this in a timely manner that people need all this info, like y'all are testing this week kind of stuff, and I need to get all this stuff up here. So the definition of Anura, it's kind of like Aurora, but A-N-U-R-I-A. A is absence of, right? This is a failure. Come on. Failure. Of the kidneys. To secrete urine. What else? Okay, so on this other page, I wonder if I should put it there or if I should put it here. Maybe I should put it there. I don't know. Here we go. I think I got more space right here. Parts of the kidneys. PY. There's that. On this page, which side did y'all need to see still? 4 or 5 on this one. So I have an example from this one, but I don't have enough room to write it on that one, so I'm just going to pink highlight it, and then I'm going to move it over here right beside it and just write an example right there. Example. And for this example, you would code the codes 50045 together with the diagnosis code N20.0. And so what's going on right here is surgeon, nephrotomy, with incision, in the kidney. They had calculus, CAL, that's just calcium, buildup. Of a 2.5 cm this word has an S in it, nephrostomy tube was placed to get it out. That's it. Thank you for the follow. I hope I can help you prepare for your CPC or whatever medical coding exam you've got going on. I'm going to go back over again to this other page real quick. I've got 2 common diagnosis codes. So we've got a long word here. We've got acute. And then we need to write P, Y, E, L, O, N, E, P, H, R, I, T, I, S. And I have that written somewhere around here too. But when it's due to E. coli, I believe the diagnosis code was R that I just used, N20.0. Hydrocephalus, when your kidneys get super enlarged, and that can happen super quick. You could have a UTI that you let go just for the weekend. You know, you're out camping and you know you've got one. You're like, I am not leaving the woods. I'll deal with it Monday when I go to work or get back into civilization. Your kidneys can be 10 times too large all of a sudden. I've seen this a lot in children. And then they could be so large you can't even tell on an ultrasound how big they are. But you get them on some IV antibiotics, fix them right back up, and that kidney will go right back down to the normal size. It's got the healing properties almost like a liver. Super cool. The liver you can cut in half and remove and it'll grow back. That would be even better for a lot of our organs. But the kidneys are super responsive to healing really fast. But you can still die pretty fast too, so you got to be careful. This one, I believe, hopefully is still in 13.30. Now, one thing to make note of, guys, is or means and. In this book, you'll find that in your CPC or your ICD10 book guidelines. It means the same thing in your CPT. So some of these procedures like are 75. It's on up here. We've got some things that they did change it to say and. That's good. Because last year, it's 80. That's good. This one right here, or on our 80, has several ors. This code is one of our practice questions. It has this nephrolithectomy, whatever. Then it's got a paleolithectomy again. And then it could be or with or without dilation, with an endoscope, with lithotripsy. That's where they use the ultrasounds to beat you and make the rocks smaller. Plus, they can do stenting or even a basket extraction where they just scoop them out in a big old basket. This code has a lot of crap in it and a lot of things all in one. You just might want to make note of every little procedure. It's just a lot of stuff they have in this one. And it's one of our practice questions on that one. Just a lot. Our 100 has an or right there with the repositioning or transecting, moving things around. That's it. Just this one. Pay close attention to that one. I want to find that practice question too and add it at some point. Let's see if our YouTube video finished formatting. Because I know I need to end this live, right? Yep, we're getting close. It's still processing. And then I need to restart the live so that I only have 2 hours on here. I wonder where that question is. Who did I last do a practice tutoring with? That was Saturday with Miss CC. Where's she at? She had this one. She figured it out. And I was like, I don't even know how she figured that out, but she figured it out. That was a good question. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff listed in that one. Oh, I can control F, right? Find my stuff. Quit trying to do things the hard way. It's not on that exam. It's not on that exam either. All right. Can you go back to the other side? This one, let's see. That one there. Not sure if you need the bottom or the top before I end. Ooh. Thank you for the likes. Welcome, everybody. I am just prepping the book for the CPC exam. Urinary system side. The pictures. The flippy side. Okay. Trying to get out of the shadows here. And this one is still processing. Holy crap. That was longer than 5 minutes, 8 minutes that they said. That's 2 hours, right? There we go, getting hot again, or cold again. Cat toy. Cat toy, where's my cat? Hey, Miss Scorpio, how's it going? I am fixing to end this live and immediately restart right back again because I've been on for 2 hours and these videos are really difficult for me to download and post on YouTube if they're over 2 hours. I've got one right here I'm posting that was 5 hours long that is just still posting. It's just taking forever. So I'm just going to hop off here and then hop back right back on so that I can keep these at 2 hours length, and then I'll do 2 more hours. It's 10, 11, 12. Yep, I'll do 2 hours because I'll go to bed at midnight. So we'll do 2 more hours of kidney work, and then it will be bedtime for me. So I appreciate y'all being on the live. I hope this has been helpful for sure, and we're going to go work on some codes and do the AKAs for each CPT code individually. All right, I'll be right back.